The housing market's changing, but the housing market's always changing, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the 3 tips that buyers need to know right now in this exact market to help you get the best deal that you could possibly get. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's Brian Simmons here with eXp Realty here in Southern Oregon. It is July 20th already. We are halfway through the year. If you could do me a big favor, I'd really appreciate it, and just hit that like button down here. Click on the subscribe icon, and please share this video with anybody you know who's looking to buy or sell some real estate here in Southern Oregon. If you're curious what your home's worth, or you're looking to do some house hunting, just check out the description of this video, and there's some really helpful links and resources to get you started with all that. Now let's dive into the data for Jackson and Josephine counties for single-family residential listings here in Southern Oregon. We had 1,280 active single-family residential listings on the market as of this morning. 142 new listings to the market over the last 7 days on 205 price changes. That's a huge number. First time I've ever seen it over 200. 42 listings came back on the market. 110 went pending, 119 closed, and 39 listings were expired, withdrawn, or canceled, going off the market for some reason other than selling. Okay, so that all total brings us to 10.7 weeks worth of inventory if we were to look at just a snapshot of that 1 week. So compared to last year, we're basically stable from a standpoint of looking at just the new listings, right? We had a huge change in price reductions, going to 16% of inventory. Meaning that 16% of all the homes in the market dropped their price last week, and that is a lot. It was previously hovering around 10 or 11% in the beginning of the year before mortgage rates started to really climb like crazy, and inventory started to do the same. So pending sales, though, have actually been pretty stable lately, relative to inventory. We're at 9% right now, and the 6-week average is 9.4%. So this last week was basically right at the 6-week average. So pretty stable right there. What doesn't appear to be stable, though, actually has to deal with the same number, and that's if you compare it back to the beginning of the year. And so what that looks like is that 6-week average of pending to inventory, pending as a percentage of inventory, I should say, that number has been as high as 24% on the 6-week average, okay? And it's now 9. And that sounds terrible, but it's actually not as bad as it sounds. And that's because there's more to the story, as with most things, right? So what's going on is that we're looking at the percentage of pending being of a larger number, right? Inventory has gone up like crazy. So when you look at that 24% that we saw in the beginning of the year, 24% of our inventory was going pending every single week. That equated to only 129 pending deals per week, okay? And today, we're at 9% of our inventory going pending each week. And that's equating to 112 pending deals per week. So we went from 129 deals per week pending to 112 deals per week pending, which is a drop, of course, but it's not as big of a drop as it seems. Like, you look at 24% versus 9, it makes it seem like it went down, cut more than in half. And the reality is that it only went down by like 15%. So that's not a huge deal, in my opinion. What it tells me is that there's still a lot of buyer activity going on, okay, despite the higher rates. Now, that's important information for you to know as a buyer, okay? The data is telling us that the buyer activity has reduced a little bit, but it is staying strong despite the rise in interest rates, okay? That's very, very important to know. So as a buyer right now in this market today, with these exact market conditions, I'm going to give you the 3 things that you need to know to put yourself in the best position to get a good deal and to get a good home that you're going to love. Number 1, using a great local lender has never been more important, in my opinion, than it is right now, okay? There's a lot of programs out there that you can use to soften the blow of the higher mortgage rates that we're seeing. Make sure you know, or make sure, more importantly, your lender knows all about those programs and what they can do to help you with them. So things like adjustable rate mortgages, things like buy down programs, things like assumptions. There's a lot of really good strategies that a seasoned lender who knows, how to do this stuff, there's a lot of those strategies that they can put into place for you, which will help you tremendously. So make sure that you are working with somebody that knows their stuff. If you need a recommendation or suggestion there, shoot me a message and I'll be happy to provide you with one and connect you with somebody that can help you. Number 2, you have more leverage than you have had as a buyer in years, okay? No question about that. And you can put that to work for you. Okay, sellers can kind of see the writing on the wall. They're starting to see the, fall is coming, the fall season. They're starting to feel a little bit of that pressure of things kind of closing in. They're starting to think, well, what if we don't sell? And then we're going to be into the fall, and then the holidays are coming, and then we're going to be looking at next year. Maybe we should just take it off the market. They're starting to, that conversation's happening in their heads. And so that gives you an opportunity to have a little bit of leverage as a buyer. Maybe you can get a discount off the list price. Maybe you can get some closing costs paid for. Maybe both, like the buyers I just helped get into escrow this week. Maybe you get some major repairs done. There's a lot of different things that are possible, okay? And that's why it's important to be working with an agent who knows how to do those things and to help you leverage the position that you have. Don't get carried away though, because it is still a seller's market. So don't forget about that. Number 3 is that you may not have as much time as you think. The reason is because homes that are priced right and that are turnkey, ready to go, looking great, those homes are still selling super, super fast, and a lot of time with multiple offers. And so if you're going out and you see one that's beautiful and it's priced right and you're wishy-washy, you may lose out on that opportunity. And that's sad, and we don't want to be sad, so let's just not do that. So those are the 3 things that you need to really think about as a buyer right now in today's market. Remember to use a good lender who knows their stuff. Remember that you have a lot of leverage, and remember that you probably don't have as much time as you think if you're looking at homes that are actually in really good shape and priced really, really well. Again, if you're looking to do some house hunting or you want to know what your home's value is, check out the description of this video, and there's some great resources and links in there for you to get some help with those things. And please don't forget to click that like button, hit the subscribe icon, and share this video with anybody you know who's looking to buy or sell real estate, and I would really, really appreciate that. As always, if there's anything in the world I could do for you, please do not hesitate to reach out. I'll be more than happy to help you, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one.